Restrictive parents care too much about location of first job after college. One piece of annoying and honestly stupid advice my parents have given me throughout college is that the location of my internships/first job after college should be a priority. For context, I'm from the suburbs of Massachusetts and will be working in Big Tech, NYC, after I graduate from college this spring. This is at arguably the most prestigious company in the field. Note I'll use terms like mid-tier company and top company not to sound pretentious, but just to give context on the situation. Throughout college, my parents would insist that I find jobs in Massachusetts. The only reason they're fine with most places on the East Coast is because it's not that far from home. However, if it was something like California, they see that as a significant negative. Honestly, although I never really had too much of a problem with location of my internship/job, this advice affected my mentality throughout college. Freshman and sophomore year, instead of applying anywhere and everywhere, I would not apply to internships far away because I was subconsciously thinking of what would please my parents. Even junior year, I applied to internships out of state, but if asked what I prefer, I would always mention East Coast and even had the mindset that a job in Mass would be ideal. I even told a recruiter in an interview once that location was a top priority because I prefer to be close to my family, even though this was really only because of my parents. For my junior year internship, all my internship offers were out of state, so it didn't matter. My internship was at a top company. However, I think since I wasn't used to advocating for myself against my parents, if I had gotten an internship at a less recognized company in Mass, my parents might have convinced me to take the latter internship because of location, even though the former was much better for my career. I know this because sophomore year, I worked at a good defense contractor, which was very good for a sophomore internship. However, the internship is definitely not as good as a big tech internship for junior summer. When I got an offer at a big tech company, my dad suggested that I try to see if I can get a better offer at the defense contractor. Although you can negotiate, it's clear that the defense contractor can't compete with the big tech company in terms of salary, and my dad knows that. An internship salary wasn't the thing that mattered, it was new grad salary. And although the contractor provides a good salary for new grad, the big tech company provides a much better salary, even accounting for cost of living. The only reason my parents were even suggesting to still consider the contractor is purely because of location, which is terrible advice. Also, it wasn't even just about salary. The specific big tech companies I got offers from are better for career growth than the defense contractor. The only thing that was better about the contractor was location, which I don't think is crucial in most cases for a new grad. It's really only now that I realize the location of the first job shouldn't be the main priority, especially if it's in a big tech hub like New York or Cali. If the only option at my company was to work in Cali, I would have still advocated against my parents to take it over a worse offer in a close location, even if the latter offer was still decent. My parents honestly expect me to sacrifice what's optimal for my early career for their comfort in me being close to home, which is honestly stupid. When I have a conversation about this subject with my parents, their argument will be, what if there were a job that pays the same in Mass? A hypothetical job in Mass for new grads that pays similarly as to the top company I'll be working at doesn't even exist in the first place. There are obviously times where it makes sense to make these sacrifices, like if you have kids and a family. But I'm literally a college grad. I don't understand how my parents think it should be a priority. Obviously, I think it's reasonable to make it a consideration if you have multiple competing offers in your hand. But making it a main priority as a college senior searching for jobs is completely ridiculous, and the fact that my parents keep insisting is honestly annoying. I'm glad I ended up muting this advice while job hunting later in college because it honestly could have damaged my early career. This may sound like a rant, but I'm wondering if anyone has had a similar experience and how you handled/would have handled this situation.